All right, well, I did a story last year, it was late last year, about handicap accessible parking, how it was basically going to be eaten away at because the legislature
I remember this.
Made it so that pregnant women can apply and pretty easily get a disabled permit for like $15. So handicap folks are like, listen, we already can't find parking. It's a real issue. And then, so I did that story, it aired, got a big response from people. People reached out to me, and one woman reached out to me. She's a disabled veteran. She told me the story about how going to MCO, our airport, is the most stressful part of travel, and she travels a lot. She's a travel vlogger. So let's take a look at her story as she talks about how she eventually gets towed, her handicap van towed from the airport. Longmire scoured every deck in the parking garage.
The adventure continues.
All right. Until she made it to the very top. All the disabled spaces were spoken for. She had to park across 2 regular spots so her ramp could extend. It's a familiar feeling. Last November, Longmire paid $160 to park in the reserve section at MCO. Again, the accessible spots were taken. As usual, she parked across the 2 spots at the end.
And I returned to find that my van was not where I left it.
The van with a clear disabled veteran license plate was gone. The airport had it towed.
And I'm getting taken to an accessible shuttle that's going to take me to the impound lot to get my van.
3 hours and $50 later, she was able to head home. We reached out to MCO for comment. They sent us this response. We have already instructed parking staff to be more vigilant in recognizing vehicles that display a disabled license plate when they occupy multiple spaces. Unfortunately, the vehicle's plate was inadvertently overlooked.
I'm inadvertently overlooked almost on a daily basis as a wheelchair user, and I am not alone in that. So yeah, that is the core of the issue, isn't it?
That broke my heart to hear that she feels that way. Let me say something. She's a baddie, all right? Like she does.
Oh my gosh.
To be able, I would be scared to go to Shanghai by myself or New Zealand. She's done all that. She's planning a trip to Antarctica, which I know you did, and I might give her your number because.
Please do. I would love to meet. Honestly, someone who travels the world like that, she could be my new bestie. But I mean, I'm not disabled, and those places are challenging to navigate.
It's intimidating.
They're all
But she has no fear. She goes out and she does it, and then she makes it accessible. Spin the Globe is her tag or her title on YouTube if you want to check her out. She does some really good content. But as far as the airport is concerned, I showed you what they told us in response, which she was not very happy with that response because she always feels inadvertently overlooked. That's what I ended up naming the story. Yeah. But they also say things should get better. In 2027, they're going to they have this parking guidance system. It should help everybody. You know how when you go to Disney Springs or something like that.
Tells you how many spots are available.
Well, it's also going to tell you how many handicap spots are on each level.
Great.
So hopefully that'll save her some time, but they're not really adding a ton of handicap spots. I think they probably will because you have to federally. But so hopefully that makes things better. But again, that happens in 2027.
She's traveling this year, so she needs those spots
a lot
now. Exactly. Well, great job, and what a wonderful person to tell that story through.
She was, we get story ideas, and we'll be excited about the story idea, and then you go and you meet the person, and you're like, okay, this story is way more interesting than I thought because I have an amazing person to help tell it.
It always helps.